I was in a group of 5 content creators who explored haunted and mysterious places. For the past few weeks, the Theater of Wooden Dolls has been circling around my social media, and it piqued our interest. The story said that there was a mansion-sized theater made entirely out of wood, located in the middle of the woods, consisting of only one room. That room was said to have a large stage full of wooden dolls seated as if they were an audience in a theater. The 5 of us went there on the weekend. The exact location of the theater couldn't be reached by car, so we had to walk for a few hours to get there. I looked at the map, along with a description of the signs marking where the theater should be. All signs were clear. It wasn't hard to find the way. The pathway to get there, however, wasn't easy. The second we reached the gate, we could see the name carved into it: Theater of Wooden Dolls. It occurred to us, why would someone build a mansion-sized theater out of wood in the middle of the woods, barely reachable? Some said it was merely the work of an eccentric artist. Some artists with money built house-sized art installations. I'd seen plenty of them, but they were built in the city. Art, in my understanding, is meant to be seen and hopefully appreciated. But building it in the middle of the uninhabited woods? Strange and creepy. The pathway from the gate to the theater wasn't short. We had to walk through a path without any light. The only light we did have came from our own flashlights. It was so dark we could barely see each other. Our primary way of knowing we were still together was the sound of our voices as we walked. "This place makes me feel like I want to run," Jess muttered. But his sentence ended in a weird way. It sounded like he was silenced before he could finish. "Jess? You there?" Eric called out. No response. "Jess?" Damon called again. No response. "Where the heck is Jess?" I muttered. "Maybe he walked past us. It's dark here, even with our flashlights," Damon responded. "He should have said something, right?" Clay added. We decided to keep walking and look for Jess once we reached the theater. A theater this huge, made entirely out of wood. Architecturally amazing, I mumbled as we arrived at the front door. We observed the cracked and ruined walls and floors of the theater as we entered. The ballroom was grand, with an extremely high ceiling. We could see countless wooden dolls seated like an audience. Some of the wooden dolls appeared naked, but about half of them wore clothes. Some outfits looked like they were from the 70s and 80s. Others looked more recent. "These dolls are creepy," Damon muttered from behind the line. "I agree with Jess. This place gives me the urge to run." Again, I heard a sentence end in a weird way. It sounded like Damon was silenced before he could finish. We looked back. Damon was gone. Clay, Eric, and I stared at each other. Eric suddenly walked toward one of the dolls. He observed the clothing it wore closely. "Did this doll wear this outfit from the beginning?" he asked. "What do you mean?" I asked back. When I got closer, I saw it clearly. A black t-shirt with a big Damon logo on it. Damon's fashion brand. It was Damon's t-shirt. "When I read about this place," Clay said, "some said there's a forbidden word to say. A spell that turns you into a wooden doll when you say it, but I didn't take it seriously." "What word?" Eric asked. "I wouldn't try to say it, but it seems like the only word Jess and Damon said before they disappeared." Eric lifted his eyes as if trying to remember. "Run?" Eric said, and poof, Eric vanished right before Clay's and my eyes. Seconds later, we saw another wooden doll appear in a spot that had been empty. The doll wore the same outfit Eric had been wearing. Clay and I stared at each other. We couldn't say the word. So, walk. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. A quick shout out to my patrons, Old Penguin, Rinku Star, Melissa Perez, Icy Narrates, Seven Cities Journalist, Cupcake Hips, Eric Cifuentes, Alonso, Austin My Love, Ellie Hutmeyer, Jesse Hartley, Lawrence Wallen, Mr. Sankofa, and William Hartley. I always try to link a different charity in the description, so go ahead and check that out. I'm also going to start having more things on my Patreon soon, so keep your eyes peeled. And as always, I'd love to know how I can be praying for you, so go ahead and drop a comment and let me know how I can do that. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next video.